Hey, welcome to another episode of Breaking Protocol from the Razzle Dazzle Show, our ongoing miniseries where we break down key updates and design questions straight from the development of Shade Protocol. These episodes are built around the game's community engagement series, Devs Ask You, where Kendall and the team not only show what's changing, but invite fans to shape the journey with them. Kendall recently put this DAU out to the community, asking players directly what kinds of game music resonate with them, and what might best capture the essence of Shade Protocol. He laid out where the team is right now musically, a balance between digital and real instruments, some synth layers, and an adaptive soundtrack that shifts between exploration and combat. Be sure to follow us and Little Legendary on our socials and YouTube channel, and be sure to join the Shade Protocol Discord server to follow new DAUs, vote in polls, and share your voice directly with the dev team. Links to everything will be in the description down below, and with all that being said, it's Razzle Dazzle time! What stood out to you most in the community's feedback for this DAU? Did you find any common threads or surprising picks that you've hadn't considered?
So definitely there were some people from the community that went really hard, and I think like those people probably provided the most feedback and the best feedback because they got really into it. And that's the kind of stuff that we want to see more. It's exhausting too, right? I mean, it's a lot of energy you got. Not for me. I'm addicted to it, but I'm talking about the people that are putting the time. It's exhausting for them because we're doing this like every other day. I mean, recently because of things that are happening in this current timeline, not the one that you guys might be listening to, but Gamescom just passed and we were working on a lot of things for that. So when we slow down a little bit, then we tend to get different feedback than when we are very active, like every other day putting a DAU. And because people kind of sometimes need the rest in order to come back with energy to kind of give you really powerful feedback. But that day it was a little bit magical. That thing I think it has like 200 comments or something.
Right.
I have like we have this guy in our Discord. I don't even know how to say his name, but his Kansaki Makoto. I think he went nuts. Like I have so many I love this guy. He's just such a dedicated fan. We also have this other guy named Heavy Blues. These two guys just went crazy, and I wish I would have done a document because I just couldn't keep up. Like there's so much that they gave. But as we went through it, there was another guy named Capture Rapture. He's a marketing guy. He knows marketing, so his feedback was really great too because he's focused more on what he's seen on other games that are successful too, and kind of and then you get to see all these people that you hear from them every other day or every day, but their connection to music is like a completely different thing. Like it's like a different muscle that they're flexing. I was so very happy. I'm going right now through the list, and I think Makoto went nuts. Like I have probably like 50, 60 tracks, and there's so much they go and write you a little bit of why they like this track, and you listen to it, and you can hear it. You can hear what they're suggesting there, and you can get what they're striving for. And some of the things, of course, some of the games where this stuff comes from, I've played, right? So you get this sense of like, oh, I remember what you were remembering. And there's some interesting connection that you can tell that is really valuable to them, so you want to honor that. But there's also, I admit, a slight amount of fear that comes whenever you realize, wow, these moments were very, very important to them. And it's a responsibility that we have to figure out how to embrace, right? We have to create those moments. Because if we don't get this right, we just have a good game. But this is the kind of stuff that makes a great game. So it's hard to really explain how I feel about this. I feel like it's a big honor to have people share with you stuff as intimate as like their favorite music tracks, because it says more than what you think about a game, right? It says a lot about how you took that moment, what that means to you, and what you're expecting, like your expectations of a great game. So very difficult. I don't think if I put out the soundtrack that we have today, which we don't have that many tracks. We have a handful of them. I think people would really like it. I think it'd be. I think it's a 9 out of 10 for what people are expecting. But can we do an 11 out of 10? I really think so. I think we could. I think we can if we take the time. We have the right composer. We have the right team to do it. We need to work on resources and and being able to do that at the scale that it requires to be done. There's a lot of just to be transparent, there's a lot of cost in building spectacular
Of
music.
course.
But hopefully, one day. I mean, would I love to have vocals? Of course. That's currently not something we're doing at the moment of this recording. But I mean, it's in the back of my head every day. I think about music. So if somebody's out there and you have a band or you can sing and you want to reach out, and you're willing to work with us, I'm excited to hear. But the dream would be to have we'll call it like kind of near style vocals, but the instruments are the goal, right? Before that, we would like to have orchestral music, right? The instruments should play the most important part in the music so that it's themed right with the game, and then vocals and the rest of it. So for now, I'm very proud of what we have and what we're making. I think it's going to be spectacular. I think some of it's going to make people a little bit more sad and emotional that they're expecting to be from a game that looks like Mega Man. This is going to hit you somewhere you don't expect.
I hope so.
Yeah, but it is it's going to be a good journey, I hope. So yeah, I mean, more to come on that, but we'll probably be doing another DAU on music very soon. Probably more tailored, like a specific,
right?
Like either combat music or menu music or like sorrowful music. I have to make it more manageable for me to ingest the feedback.
If Shade Protocol had a single theme song that captures its heart, what kind of track would it be? It doesn't have to be a real song that exists that you know of. It could be whatever, right? And which of your inspirations comes closest to it?
A really good question. I think man, that's difficult because it's just that the game does so many things, and it wants to be an active game, but it also wants to make you feel a lot of things without like bombarding you with story. It doesn't try to do that, and I love that of the game. So it's trying to show you things. I would say, I think there's probably a track of I think Transistor probably would be one of the right vibes. I think if I had to pick of the ones that I remember clearly, it would probably be one of the Nier tracks that the more recognizable Nier tracks. I think it's Emil. I think it's it's either RL, I can't remember. I think that track is probably what I think would be the vibe of Shade Protocol in summary.
Wow.
But we definitely have a lot of moments that are more, not necessarily something that it is. The game looks really pretty like a Mega Man game and whatnot, but it's definitely not a game for kids. Like it's a game for young adults, for people that can process, these kind of more evolved and difficult decisions that you have to make that are not easy. I'm telling you, some of the decisions you guys are going to have to make in this game, you are not going to like, and that's okay. That's part of managing situations that are not all in your control. So that I think has to be reflected. So if I was to cheat, I would say definitely more like Emir, like from Nier Automata, but there are going to be moments that are going to feel as sorrowful and as intense, I would say, even though they're meant to be more somber, like that, like that song from what is it? Under Lilies. However, you know what? I'll say this. Actually, I think I know the exact track, and I think I've said it before. The Faraway Promise from Xenogears.
Oh,
I think that
yeah,
is it.
you said that in your interview episode.
Retract everything. Yeah, I retract everything. That is it. It's the music box from Xenogears. That's it. I mean, even though, of course, in terms of active music, it's not it, of course, but it has the right energy, the right story, the right connection to what we're trying to make. I think that would be the right. If I had to pick only one, I think that would be
I love it. Yeah, as a big Xeno fan in general, and I love Xenogears. I love that so much. Clearly, music can transform a game, and for Shade Protocol, it's clear the soundtrack will be as carefully crafted as the gameplay itself. Whether it's the sweeping emotion of Nier, the guitar-driven energy of Mega Man X, or something entirely new, Kendall and the team are aiming for music that doesn't just fill space, it tells the story. Shade Protocol continues to be shaped not just by its creators, but by its community, Whether it's refining how story is told or rethinking player immersion, every DAU opens the door to a deeper collaboration. This has been another episode of Breaking Protocol from the Razzle Dazzle Show. Want to help shape what Shade Protocol becomes? Join the Shade Protocol Discord server to follow new DAUs, vote in polls, and share your voice with the dev team directly. And if you like this breakdown, then stay tuned for more spotlights and interviews with Kendall right here on the Razzle Dazzle Show. Remember, the future of Amiria is still being written. We'll catch you on the next one.